Alright, strap in gamers, because today we're going back. Way back. Before open worlds, before fast travel, before the game told you every damn thing to do, there was The Legend of Zelda. 1986, baby, the year Nintendo said, hey kids, you like adventure? Cool. Here's a giant death maze with 0 directions. Good luck. Don't cry too much. This wasn't just a game. This was the original open world ass kicker. And it still slaps harder than any Lynel to the face. When this gold cartridge hit the NES, it didn't just blow minds, it rewired them. People were used to games being a little straight line. Go right, jump on Goomba, boom, you win. But Zelda? Nah, son. Zelda dropped you in the middle of a hostile ass wasteland. Gave you one sword and said, figure it out, dumbass. And figure it out we did. After about 200 deaths and a whole lot of swear words. Alright, let's talk about the most iconic line in gaming history. It's dangerous to go alone. Take this. You walk into some random ass cave and some old man hands you a sword. That's it. No tutorial, no quest log, just here, stab things and don't die. And the second you walk out of that cave, bam! Octoroks are already trying to shove rocks down your throat. Like, I literally just spawned, man. Chill the fuck out. This game didn't hold your hand. It slapped your hand, broke your wrist, and told you, get good, or quit playing. No map markers, no glowing trails, just you, some bushes, and a bunch of monsters that were way too strong for your tiny wooden toothpick of a sword. And, let me tell you, as a kid, this shit was terrifying. These moblins weren't just pixels, they were nightmares. You'd walk 2 screens to the east, and suddenly you're surrounded by a gang of blue bastards throwing spears like they're in the goddamn Olympics. And the deaths. All the deaths. That little beep 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 when you're down to 1 heart, it's like PTSD for a whole generation. You hear that noise today, and you're instantly transported back to your childhood living room. Clutching a controller with sweaty palms, praying you can make it back to the damned start screen. And let's not forget, this was pre-internet. No YouTube guides, no wikis, just rumors and lies on the playground. Your buddy swore if you bombed this one specific bush, you'd find a fairy fountain. You wasted 10 bombs and nothing. Thanks a lot, Timmy. I hope your Game Boy batteries died in the middle of Pokemon, you prick. But when you did stumble onto something, oh my god. That moment you bomb the right wall by accident and suddenly there's a secret room full of rupees. Pure dopamine. Pure magic. That was the soul of Zelda. Every screen was a gamble. Death, treasure, or both. So yeah, your first hour in Zelda wasn't about being the hero of time. It was about being a broke-ass hobbit with no clue where to go. Dying to a bunch of squids, and questioning your life choices. And yet, we kept playing. Because even through the pain, this game had that spark. That feeling like anything was possible if you just pushed one more screen. Tried one more bomb, or swung your sword one more time. And that's when the real nightmare started. The dungeons. Dungeon 1. Alright, you finally stumble into your first dungeon. And immediately you're thinking, holy shit, this feels different. The music drops, the torches glow, and suddenly you're not just some green dude running around stabbing wildlife. You're an adventurer. Except, you're also screwed. These rooms were dark, creepy, and filled with skeletons that didn't give a damn about your hopes and dreams. Stalfos, those sword-wielding assholes were like your first real wake-up call. Oh, you thought this was gonna be easy? Nah, son. Welcome to hell. But then, the payoff. You find your first treasure. The bow. Or the boomerang. Or a key. It doesn't matter what it was. Every chest was like Christmas morning. You heard that da-da-da-da-da sound and you felt you just won the lottery. Until, of course, you realized you were broke and couldn't afford arrows. Thanks, Nintendo! And then, the boss fight. Aquamentus, the derpy looking dragon unicorn. Let's be honest, the first time you saw him, you probably shit yourself. You had 3 hearts, no clue how to dodge fireballs, and this big bastard is charging you like he owns the place. But if you manage to beat him, that rush, that's when you knew this game isn't just tough, it's legendary. Next is Dungeon 2, the Moon. It rolls in and now you're getting cocky. You've got bombs, you're blowing up walls like you're auditioning for Extreme Makeover Hyrule Edition. Except half the time, it's the wrong wall and you just wasted all your bombs. So congratulations, you're still broke. This dungeon teaches you something new. Patience is dead. Because now you're fighting ropes, those creepy fast-ass snakes that come at you like they just did a line of coke. And then there's the Dodongo, the giant Triceratops bastard who only dies if you shove bombs in his face. That was peak Nintendo. Hey kid, here's a boss. No, we're not telling you how to kill him. Figure it out or die. And die we all did. A lot. Dungeon 3 is the Manji. Which, let's be real, as a kid, you didn't know what the hell the map shape was. Your mom walked in, saw the swastika-looking layout, and suddenly, she's questioning your life choices. No, Mom, it's Japanese. It means, peace. Probably. Anyway, this dungeon brings out the Darknuts. And these sons of bitches are the real deal. Sword-wielding tanks that only take damage from behind. You slash at their faces? Nothing. You slash at their sides? Nothing. You run around like an idiot praying you don't get cornered, and maybe, just maybe, you land a hit on their ass. And if you do, oh baby, it's satisfying. But getting there is brutal. And once again, the loot. Dungeon 3 gives you more power, more hope, until you remember every single new item just means more new ways to die. Thanks, Miyamoto. So, by the time you've cleared 3 dungeons, you're not just a player anymore. You're invested. You're hooked. You're in this twisted, beautiful loop of death, discovery, and dopamine. Zelda had you by the balls, and you loved every second of it. But here's the kicker. The game wasn't even close to being done kicking your ass. Because after the early victories comes the grind. The farming, the mazes, the Wizzrobes, and absolute bullshit. Alright, so by this point, you've got some gear, you've beaten a few bosses, you're feeling good. And then the game says, alright, now go grind, bitch. You need rupees for bombs, arrows, shields, candles, rings, basically half of Hyrule's GDP. And how do you get them? By slaughtering moblins over and over like some kind of medieval hitman. And even then, the drop rates? Trash. You kill 30 moblins, and they give you 1 rupee. 1. That's like working overtime and getting paid in gum. Ah yes, the Lost Woods, otherwise known as Nintendo's way of telling you to go fuck yourself. You wander in, go up, left, right, down, and boom, you're back at the start. No hints, no clues, just infinite loop hell. And remember, no internet. You either figured this out through sheer luck, some playground rumors, or divine intervention. And when you finally solve it, oh my god, the relief. It was like escaping jury duty. Sweet freedom. Until you realized there's a Lost Hills section 2. Because apparently, Miyamoto just loved watching children suffer. Let's talk about the holy trinity of the 8-bit assholes. Lynels, Darknuts, and Wizzrobes. First up, Lynels. Overworld gods of destruction. You walk into their territory, and they melt you in seconds. Didn't matter how many hearts you had. These bastards were stronger than IRS auditors. Then Darknuts, the armored knights from hell. They only take damage from behind. So, you're running in circles around them, like a drunk matador, praying you don't get cornered. One wrong move and boom, you're toast. But worst of all, the Wizzrobes. These teleporting, magic-spamming demons were Satan's gift to Hyrule. They blink in, blast your face off, and vanish before you can swing. You can't predict them, you can't outsmart them, you just scream at the TV while your hearts vanish one by one. And don't even get me started on rooms full of these bastards. That wasn't gameplay, that was war. By Dungeon 6, this game has officially stopped pretending it likes you. The rooms are packed with enemies. The puzzles are cruel. And you're burning through bombs like you're starring in Die Hard, Hyrule Edition. This is the point where kids broke controllers, where friendships ended, and where you either became a true gamer or you rage quit and went back to Duck Hunt. And yet, through all the pain, there were those moments you'd push a random block and holy shit, a secret staircase. You'd bomb the right wall, jackpot, shortcut. That mix of pain and reward is what kept us going. Zelda punished you, but it also made you feel like a genius when you finally cracked it. So here you are, battered, broke, traumatized, but stronger. You survived Lynels, you survived Wizzrobes, you've wandered the lost woods until your thumbs bled. And yet, something inside you refuses to quit. Because deep down, you know the end is near. Ganon is waiting. Zelda needs saving. And this nightmare ride is almost over. And that, my friends, brings us to the final showdown. The darkest, hardest, most anxiety-inducing dungeon of them all. The end game. And then, it happens. The screen goes dark, the music hits that sinister beat, and there he is. Ganon, the big pig bastard himself. Except, plot twist, he's invisible. You're swinging your sword at empty air while fireballs rain down on you like hell's own fireworks. The stress, unmatched. Your palms are sweaty, your heart's racing, and you're praying to every god in existence that you land those hits. And then, that moment, you land the final blow. Ganon freezes, explodes into ashes, the roar of triumph hits your ears, and for the first time in hours, hell, maybe days, you breathe. You did it! You beat Zelda! You're a god among mortals! And then she appears. Princess Zelda, the reason you've endured all this pixelated torment. She thanks you, the credits roll, and suddenly every death, every curse word, every bomb wasted on the wrong wall, it all feels worth it. This wasn't just a game, it was a legend. And you just became part of it. So, what was Zelda on NES? It was brutal. It was confusing. It was unfair as hell, but it was also magic. It gave us exploration. It gave us discovery. It gave us a world that felt alive, dangerous, and rewarding in ways no game ever had done before. Everything you loved about the modern open worlds, the freedom, the secrets, the sense of adventure, it all started here with a little gold cartridge and a whole lot of imagination. And yeah, it kicked your ass, but you loved it because that's what Zelda does. It doesn't just test your skills, it tests your patience, your stubbornness, and your willpower. If you can survive it, you walk away not just as a player, but as a legend. I'm TazerFace, everyone. This was The Legend of Zelda, and holy shit, what a ride. Subscribe, stay loud, and remember, it's always dangerous to go alone. See you next time.